All right, let's talk about 13 Sins from the director of The Last Exorcism, my favorite found footage film. And this is a remake of a foreign film from 2006 called like 13 Game of Death, I think. This one's called 13 Sins. And this came out around 2014, I want to say. And this is a very fun film. Now, what this movie is about is this guy who's down on his luck, just lost his job. He's got a pregnant wife or girlfriend who he's about to marry, and he's got a dad in a nursing home and a brother with disabilities, and he's got all these people to take care of and not enough money. And one day he gets a phone call that says, if you do this, I'll give you this amount of money, and if you complete 13 tasks, you will get millions of dollars. So, but each challenge gets more and more difficult and dangerous and illegal. So it gets increasingly fun for the audience, not so much for the character. So let's get into my negatives. I don't like the use of CGI blood and especially gore. I especially don't like how long they linger on it too in this. Like if you're gonna linger on the gore, make sure it looks good and not so green screen CGI. Like I can just tell what I'm looking at is not real and it just takes me out of the moment. If you can do a mix of practical and CG, like green screen stuff, well, and sell it like some of the Final Destination movies do so, perfectly, then yeah, do it. But in this one, they don't do it as well. You can just tell that you're looking at someone wearing like green screen sleeves and something on their head, and so they just paint it out and it just looks bad. Just do it practically, please. And I wish that the challenges were more exciting than they were. Like a couple of them were cool, some of them were funny, and one of them was pretty gory, but some of them were just kind of lazy. Like, oh, just hit this person with a chair that you already hate, so it won't be hard to do. And then oh, we saw you do this, and we'll just count that as one of the challenges, and then we'll move on. And it's like, well, how much did he get paid for that challenge? Like, so I just wish all the challenges could have been pretty cool, but some of them are just kind of weak. I also wasn't big on the ending. I just thought it was a little too open ended, a little ambiguous. Like, what exactly is the fate of this person? Like, what happens after the credits roll? Like, is this person dead, or are they gonna get help, or are they still in trouble? Like, I don't know. Getting into my positives, I really liked the concept. It's a very intriguing concept that opens it up for many possibilities, and therefore it's just an unpredictable movie. You're not quite sure where it's gonna go. It's also got a couple of little twists along the way that I didn't see coming at all on the first watch. This was my second time watch, by the way, but on the first time watch, I did not see some of these revelations coming. I also really like the lead, which is important in a movie like this. And at first I thought his acting wasn't all that great, but as his character was getting more and more put through the ringer, I thought his performance actually got better as the movie went on. And I liked how the character was set up, and his arc by the end, and I liked his fiance and their chemistry. So I really dug the character and the performance by the end. The movie has a pretty good opening that's both like violent and funny, which sets the right tone for the film. And it has a good blend of horror and comedy. It doesn't go too far in either direction, really. Sometimes that can make or break a movie if it starts to get a little too silly and the jokes aren't landing. The humor in this movie lands, and in the park scene especially, that was some of the funniest stuff there in the park. And so yeah, I like the blend here of horror, comedy, and even some drama, and the performances are pretty good. And also I like that they didn't spend too much time with trying to like explain how and why this organization exists, and why they're doing it. Like they have this side character who's like the expert. He's the one diving deep into his investigation, trying to get all the answers. And they cut to him from time to time to spoon feed the audience some ideas about who these people are, but they don't go too deep. They don't waste too much time with that character. And the movie hardly has any downtime. It's just a quick like 10-minute setup with this character, and then it's just go go go. It's just an adrenaline ride. It's a fun roller coaster, and it's just so quickly paced. So final thoughts, I think this is a pretty fun remake, a lesser known one, and kind of a hidden gem, a movie that most people probably haven't even heard of. So check it out on Tubi. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, quick paced. It's got some issues, some CGI gore that I didn't care for, and it didn't really stick the landing as well as I wanted it to. But nonetheless, still a very entertaining movie. So when it comes to 13 Sins, I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. So those are my thoughts on 13 Sins. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Do you prefer it over the original? I think most people prefer the original, but this still has a pretty decent rating, so I think it's getting some love at least, so that's good to see. But let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's all an opinion. You don't need to get butthurt about it.